way. No, this is impossible. This is not the way. No, this is impossible.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome. So we're just jumping right in. Like there's no title screen or anything. We're in it. We're in it now. I have no clue what I'm doing, but we're in it now. You know, it's tactics shooter time with it's this tactics shooter situation. So this is Hard West 2. I said earlier on the stream I'm probably gonna play some of this tonight. And you know, here I am. I don't know if this will be a recurring thing, or if this is just something I felt like doing this evening because I was really enjoying this last night. I have next to no memory of what I was doing because I was very tired, and now I'm just sort of here. All I remember is that I do not know why I'm here or what I'm doing. All I know is that I must kill. So here I am. I hope you guys enjoyed Frostpunk, and I'm glad y'all are here with me. Let's get it. Yeah. Hello again, Piggy. It is me for the second time. So, and hello, Fairy. Let's have at it. I have no clue. Can't shoot. Because that requires too much AP. Except when it doesn't. Yeah, so we're gonna start with the murder.
I'll make a trophy out of your teeth.
Well, that guy's friendly. I can't really judge him, though. I did just begin the operation with gunpowder. So this is a Weird West situation. This is this is not a traditional Wild West. We got right now, like I said, we've got all kinds of things. We've got witchcraft. We've got ghostly shadow warriors who appear to be fucking my shit up right now. And well, as you can see, I'm still learning this game because I've been playing it for all of like 2 or 3 hours. I didn't need that. I don't need to know. Switch guns.
Here it comes.
Well, that was cool. Because we're not looking. So our team over here is not looking so high, but that's alright. Gonna cap this guy and not worry about it. There's nothing like shooting a guy in the back with a duck foot pistol at point blank range. Because I want 4 unevenly spaced holes in this person. Switch this, and we're gonna eat some beans to heal. As you can see, there's some things never change. This piece of shit.
Steady.
And we're going to duck the fuck out of sight.
Easy.
And the big man is going to step out.
Easy.
And cap that guy. Hopefully killing him and before he does more fucking.
Oh, that's wow.
A trophy out of your teeth.
Yeah, it's an unusual XCOM. It's a bean-flavored, Wild West XCOM. But you know what? I don't think that's a problem. I figured y'all'd appreciate it if nothing else. Like I said, I was saying earlier, I plan to just play some games that seem interesting, and that's how we ended up here. Or just stuff that I've been meaning to play. A friend actually gave me this a while back, and I've been meaning to have I haven't done anything yet. Okay, we're in a bad spot. That's alright. Yeah, it's got to be perfect. Slide out here. Switch gun. I still can't see anybody. Sick. Where do I get there? No, we're just gonna go for it.
A trophy out of your teeth.
Oh, I'm actually picking that game. That's pretty good. It's less like XCOM and more like Wild West Necromunda.
Smart!
Alright, old man Bill. It's up to you to cinch this shit because if we don't, this guy actually is a threat to my life. Okay. There's no way to trick shot this.
This
so
one.
I'll just shoot that guy and things go okay. They probably won't. Nope, they already did. That's life for you. Thank you, Cream Mouse. I'm glad you're excited.
For my cock!
I'm glad to see some realism. Yeah, I delivered nothing but the best. Oh, damn, I'm gonna get fucked up. That's it. Oh, that's what that status effect does.
Yeah.
It just removes my luck. Well, can't have it all. Can we shoot him? Can we see him? We only have a half chance of hitting this guy. He's standing right there. Whatever. That's what you can get, I suppose. This guy's the real problem. Oh well. Fucking course. Let's drink some whiskey. That'll give us,
Yes?
It'll heal us. Everyone knows the healing properties of the whiskey. Please cap him. I'm so sick of this shit. Alright, Jim, you're fucked. Like, I hate to be rude, but you are capital F. Fuck, boss. Can I get both of these guys? I can.
Eyes
Sick.
on the prize.
There we go. Now you gotta get the fuck off this thing. You can't. Yeah, just get your head down and pray, boss. That's what you can do.
Ready to roll!
Balls. Let's try and kill this person.
Easy now. Keep it steady, girl.
Alright, that's a hell of a start if it ain't nothing else. I can't get a shot up on that guy, can I? I can. Nice. Alright, that went way better than it had any right to. And let's see if we can't go for 3. Oh, no, well. Yep, that's XCOM, alright. Go ahead and eat these beans.
You know I'm dead, right?
Oh yeah, the old guy. I forgot about that. The old guy is a living corpse. He's cool.
Let's do this!
Right now he's a highly intoxicated living corpse that I'm hanging out with. There's probably several layers to that. For now, that's the key next
Got
to
what
y'all
you
need to know
deserve.
about him. Sick. Alright. Undead alcoholic man. Can you not move? status effect that prevents you from moving. I bet you crippled says he can't move. Yep. That piece of shit. Oh well.
Start digging.
It doesn't change the fact that he can't fit. So we're alright. We're fine. Yeah, kind of Bully Snake. Kinda. There's like a lot of pieces to this. It has a lot of flavors, and I'm really happy with all of them. I'm gonna try something dumb because I have the option. Alright. Yeah, good one.
Youngsters these days.
Nah, okay. We're just gonna put our heads down.
Ready.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Just gonna reposition. So our objective is to get to this thing, I guess. But so far we're not getting very far very fast because everyone on my team, except for Kalish, is some level of fucked up right now.
Ready when you are.
Alright, well, so you have no heal items. The chances I don't get through this mission without losing you is basically non-existent, but I have to try to not lose my leader for obvious reasons.
All right, all right.
Yeah?
Okay, are you crippled also? Is everyone in my squad crippled? No? Okay, good. Small
Leave it to
favors,
me.
I suppose. Alright. Old man, are you still crippled?
Patience.
You're not. That is the best news I've got. So, we're gonna try pushing forward.
Yeah.
Hello, Drip Pirate. I'm glad you're here to hang out with us while we get
I
some.
will not stand idly.
We got a little hard west action here. Yeah, my best sniper. I'm gonna put her on the ground level instead of up high, and that'll probably limit the consequences of my choices. Down there, she probably. Well, can she get up there? Yeah, looks like she can't. Now, down there, we at least have the option to engage targets that will be themselves. You're not gonna do fucking. Ends the turn. See adversaries, we're gonna push forward with Jin, but I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure Jin gets knocked out.
Looking for
We
trouble?
might lose, so I hope not. But everyone else is pretty fucked up too, so. Do what you can, what you got. How do we consistently have
Let's
this fucking
do
game?
this.
Oh, with this thing today. Alright, let's turn this down for you guys. And turn me up for you guys. Here we go. Let's see if that did anything for us. If it didn't, it didn't. But that should be a start. Oh, thanks for the 4 months, Drift Pirate. Alright, cool. I'm glad it's working out for y'all. Thank you, Jack, for your assistance. I apologize. There's been audio issues all fucking day. And I'm not super upset about it, but it's just, it's tiring, you know? I wonder what's in this chest. But I'm not gonna find out the hard way. I don't have to. Kalish has enough health to risk her. It's the only reason I keep sending her forward. And a good thing I did too, because there's a fucking Blackheart out there.
Ain't none of them come to mind at the moment. Will do.
That is not what I wanted to see. We're gonna take cover behind this TV.
Hey. All you need to do is ask.
Pass it to me.
Then we can lay heat on him as soon as we get
Easy.
a chance. Yeah, Spyro, the fucking background noise in this level is actually kind of oppressive, honestly, on all ends. I don't know why this mission's soundtrack is just like some wailing weird shit, but it is. I may just turn it down for this mission, just so you guys get like a better experience. Let's see. I don't even know. I guess that's like music volume.
One and only.
Yeah, let's pull that shit, like, generally speaking, down. Fuck it. That may be better for everybody. We'll see. If it ain't, it ain't. I can't. I'm not gonna spend 2 years fighting with it. I wish it was less cantankerous, but, you know, you do what you can with what you got. Well, you know, I probably shouldn't have took that shot, but I don't regret trying. Oh, there's a fucking dude right there. Well, you hate to see it. Let's not use buckshot. Let's switch to the rifle and actually hit this guy. Well, only 25% chance. That sucks. All right, fuck it. Still only 25% chance I hit him without the buckshot though. Oh well.
Easy money.
1 in 4. One.
Whoa, hold your horses.
Hey, it worked. That's statistically improbable. I'm excited about that.
Ready to roll.
Alright, Flynn, you got a 50% chance of doing something about this guy? Good shooting. Time to reposition. Up. 1 damage in the jinx, and he heals himself by eating a heart. Standard stuff. Well, okay, cool. I'm glad everything's working for you guys. That's what I wanted to say. Thanks for helping me dial it in. I appreciate y'all being patient with me. That's one thing I've always loved about you guys. You guys have been patient and polite while we dial shit in. So thank you for that, as always. I really do appreciate it. Also, yeah, the enemies, right? Well, I don't know yet. So the very first adversary I fought was like soldiers, but then they really scaled it up because it was the actual for real devil. So after I fought like some blue codes, I ended up just fighting. So I fought an actual Satan, and so after that though, we're now fighting a radical black magic practicing Native American sect. And after that, well, you know, the sky's really the limit with Hard West. They kind of just, you know, you kind of throw shit at you, and you end up what you end up with. And that's the God's honest, I'm afraid. Let's see. Let's reposition over here.
What's the magic word? Please. I'll try.
Are we
Shoot
done
that piece of
talking
shit,
about
because I'm sick of looking at his fucking face.
No one alive.
We'll reposition over here with this guy, the old man Bill. Alright, you gotta switch to your pistol, because you're gonna have to move to put the heat on this piece of shit.
Alright.
There we go. I think that was far tougher than he had any right to be. Alright, so now that he's injured, I'm gonna reposition her up to this
On my
fence
way.
post. This, I guess it's a tree, but it's like a cut off of a tree. Yeah. Reposition her up here, switch guns, and end her turn. So Kayla's just like oddly avoided a lot of damage, despite the fact that the rest of my team is just getting their asses beat wholesale. trying to keep Jen up, but we'll see how it goes.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Alright, I got some artifacts. Glad that happened. Now we just gotta get up to this obelisk without getting absolutely fucking, like, sandblasted by small arms fire. And also black magic. Are we going to be able to do that? Well, it's between us. That's between, like, us and fate right this exact second. Hello again, Wrath. Thanks for coming back and hanging out. Dance impatient New Englander. Alright, here we go. Let's see. I do not need to use my weakest character as a scout, but I'm gonna. At least if he scouts up, then people who have a chance of not dying horribly have a chance of,
Me? I'm fucking loving this.
Well, I'm glad that she's excited. Me, I'm over here like, man, this shit's kind of stressful. She's, however, apparently fucking loving it, and I respect it. Yeah, come on, old man. You're literally the slowest character in our party. But on the bright side, old man Bill's like the slowest dude in our party, but he has that tank build because he's a living corpse. So he does have the opportunity to not die as easy. And so I do tend to just use him for everything. Right now, Kalish is just lucky enough to not be shot at. I don't know how she holds up.
Yes.
So we're gonna find out. Because we're gonna use her as the canary in the proverbial coal mine real quick.
I think we're close. There. You see.
Kill the Shadow Dance guards. I don't see those guards. And that's what worries me. We're gonna make our way towards the altar. You know, in my experience, if you're busting up on some kind of terrible nightmare ritual, the altar is a great place to start for locating adversaries. I really should push Kalish and Jin up yet. Flynn, get the fuck up there. She also has some cool magic shit she does, but I am afraid I can't at this time use it on account of the fact that it does cost her health to do. So I'd love to show you guys, but just know that I can't take any more hits right now.
The good ones lie in the dirt. The bad ones run this land. And the ugly? Look in the mirror.
Thanks for the input, old man. Alright, sick. So, yeah. It's actually a lot of fun. Like, it does play... Hey, Pistol! How you doing? But, yeah, Raph, this is the second Weird West game, and I'm really, not Weird West game, but the second... Hard West game. It is a Weird West adventure, and I'm just genuinely excited that a second one has come out. All right, so this is pretty fuck, but I did not think that I would just be up to my eyes in these cocksuckers pretty much immediately, and I hate it. So what we're gonna do is suffer. Yeah. We're going to start by using our ability, and then we're going to run. We're going to use the secret technique of running the fuck away. Sick. So, now that we've started there, let's see what we can do about hitting this guy. Can I shoot this thing and then hit him? Oh yeah, I can. What the fuck? God damn this game, dude. It's okay, so sometimes this game is a piece of shit and there's nothing I can do with that. I like this game, but every now and then it just decides to fuck you and there's not much you can do about it. So, I'm not sure how we managed to bungle that quite so significantly, but we did. So we're gonna just pop, and then we're gonna wait. We're gonna go back to this lady. Is there any way I can switch to her pistol and get heat on him? Because there's a way you can kind of stack things for optimum value. Bop. Okay, nope.
I'm still
That ain't it, boss.
Yeah.
Good, but he ain't dead. So we're just gonna hope this doesn't go as badly as I suspect it will. Yep, that's a black heart. This is gonna suck. Fuck. Damn, Kalish just melts. Alright, sick. She's probably dead. That's not good news. Yep, she's dead. We lost the mission. This Kalish must survive. Because this other Shadow Warrior's gonna hit her with a stick. I'd almost bet money on it. Yeah, that's that. Bonk. Alright. Let's see. Autosaves. Thank God there's autosaves. Let's load here. Yes, here. Oh well, that's okay. Well, that's fun, Sventus. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Oh man. Yeah, Wrath, I'm really glad that this, I'm glad that this exists. I love me some Weird West stuff. Like, it came along at a good time. I played it, like the Weird West front. I've played a lot of Hunt Showdown over like the last couple of years. I've taken a break in recent days because I believe my hours in game have reached about 1,000, and I was like, I've had about enough of that for a little while.
I'll do it.
Oh, hi. And like I said, it really is like a really pleasant experience, like a really good, fun jaunt into like the Weird West genre. Oh, that's Jin. That is not who I should have sent up that for. Well, dog shit. That's alright. We may have a turn before that comes back to bite me in the ass, and if so, we'll do what we can with it. And if not, you know, rip me. Yeah. So, you know, it's life. It's like, so I don't know. It's good to have a game that's a little more narrative. That game's cool, but the story exists only when you search for it. It's good to have a narrative experience because it's such a fun setting to write into, and that's not something that, you know, you get a lot of. Oh, for fuck's sake! Where's that black heart? It's over there. I think there's one over there too. So there's 2 of those and 3 regular goons. All right, I can fuck with that. Let's start with Jin. See if Jin can do bop. Special ability. Get both of these assholes. Cool. And then he needs to fuck off, if possible. At least a little ways. Let's go to this fella. His job is to step forward and then shoot this guy. Are you serious? There's like a 100% chance and he fucking missed. Alright, well.
If I must.
This game's really deciding to fuck me at this exact moment. That's alright. At least Flynn hit her target. That's all I can really say. If I step around this... Oh, she's crippled, so she can't move, and so she is the least useful person to have gotten that. Fucking... stellar. Let's try it again. Fucking shit. Goddamn XCOM ass game. That's fine though. You know, Wrath, Hunt was a lot of fun. I know this is gonna sound really stupid probably, but Hunt was a lot of fun when nobody played it. Hunt was like the most fun, in my opinion, when it went really unplayed. Oh, this is back to like the other autosave. That's weird, but it's still doable. And there was a time where it was just kind of unplayed by people. Before like a lot of streamers picked up on it, and like a lot of the Tarkov crowd, and it was like a really in my opinion, underappreciated piece, and I enjoyed that game a lot, like a whole lot. And oh yeah, there's that fucking Blackheart. I need to shoot him. Like, period. He needs to get shot. Okay. 100% chance I hit him. I'm gonna crit. I do 10. He has 10. I need to kill him. 16% chance either way. I need to dedicate everything to killing this guy, come what may. Like, all resources have to be dedicated to that. There we go. Everything I did was worth it for that guy to get shot. Take one step out so we can't miss. Sick. How can I step to get a good shot on that guy? There's not really... Well, no, there's a 50% somewhere in there. How can I do it? There's not really a good position for it. So there's 2 out of 7 of the people up here. Let's see. I don't know how to position this guy to shoot at that dude. So wait. Oh, like right next to him was the 50%. Alright, so we can't... We're just gonna move up here and try and take the 25% shot. Still 1 in 4. We're fine. There you go. See? Nice and easy. Do we shoot that guy? We have a 50% chance of hitting him. Let's switch guns. Move to right there. Shoot him because we literally can't miss. He will be alive because this game has no mercy. Well, he ain't gotta move. He's where he needs to be. Okay, she doesn't have to move either. She's where she needs to be. Shoot that piece of shit. Switch guns. Shoot that piece of shit. Well, she missed. That's okay. We'll wait on you, Jen. Please try shooting that thing. That's okay. Heads down. Yeah. Who has not gone yet? Oh, she hasn't.
Ready to roll.
Let's see if we can't get close enough to try to shoot him better.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, sure. Damn, this man's the luckiest man alive. We've done no damage, so Jen needs to just keep his head down for now. Bonk, crippled, yep. Nope, she can't move this turn.
Ready when you are.
Alright, Jen. Your turn. Let's get you up there and teach you at least in action, right? Switch weapons to the duck foot pistol. Oop, shoot through our friends and still miss.
Let's do this.
I can't say I'm impressed, but I can say it's kind of funny. She hit him at least. She didn't have to move, hopefully. She has no AP. Why the fuck not? Oh yeah, that's still fine.
Patience.
He's not crippled anymore, so we'll move her right there. And
This one.
bap.
I'm present.
Yes, you are.
If
Alright, sick. There we go. That was a far harder operation than there was ever need be. Eat your beads, Kalish. Alright, and that ends that turn.
I'm here.
So now he's going to move up and get ready for another wave of that nightmare. Should be only 3 left though, so let's go. Yeah, Wrath, you've caught on immediately. It is, in fact, some Native American black magic stuff going on in here. Oh, a Fallout model? This would be kind of fun. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty fun. My mistake was using a duck foot. No, it's good. It's fine. I see no flaw in my operation at all. Anyway, I don't know what I was gonna say after that, but I stand by what I've said so far.
You look like you want a bullet in you.
But, train of thought, despite being, as in the black heart right there, despite being,
Here I go.
kind of a pain in the ass of late. No, Hunt has a great setting, and I keep thinking I'm gonna get back into it, and then not doing it because I just said, like I said, I can't. I don't know if I want to go back and be disappointed further, despite actually really liking the game and its setting. I'm not ready to be hurt again just yet. Let's see here. I'll put that right there. Cool. Where is Bill? Bill, get your ass up front, because you have more firepower than most. Can you shoot anything? You can't. In turn. So there's 2 Shadow Warriors and a Blackheart left. Okay. Well, if shooting the Blackheart, I guess it'd be the it'd be an option. That's the option we take. I gotta say, we're here on a rescue mission. I think the lady we're here to rescue is probably dead. Based on the fact that there's, well, all of this happening. Good shooting. Kaylee, shoot that again. There you go. Yeah, shooting that guy twice was probably necessary. I don't think it was necessary, but it might make her feel better if she thought it were.
Right.
Oh, that's right, she just gets fucking killed if I'm not careful. Well,
You think I'm going to hell? I say we're already there.
well, I'm not gonna use my duck foot pistol through her again. Or am I? Anything is possible, I suppose. How the fuck are you? What do you mean? What are you serious? How is it only a 75% chance I hit this guy with a shotgun at this range? Well, no. Switch back to the pistol. Eh, fuck it. He does.
Yeah?
I really should use Jin's shotgun pistol and just accept the course of my life. Yeah, fuck it.
Eyes on the prize.
Collateral damage is the cost of the duck foot in combat. Of cost I pay willingly.
Your blood will feed the earth.
You know, Night Owl, it's just the one stream actually. There might be another. I'll be back on Gloomhaven and Gloomhaven. It's just about something else. I'll be back in Greedfall before you know it. Evening, Square. I'm glad you're back with us. I'm pleased to see everyone here for this most eventful streams where I prove that I'm not super great at this XCOM sort of tactics style gameplay, but I'm still going for it. Oh fuck, he really would set his staff up in a way that I can't hit him. Alright, well. Just gonna move up and get my fucking head down, I guess, because shit, man. We're gonna just push forward and hope for the best.
Leave it to me.
I'd love to, Flynn, but frankly, I don't know how successful that's going to be.
Got him.
Leave no one alive.
Alright, well. Come hell or high water, we're committed now.
Youngsters these days.
I won't miss.
I won't miss, she said, before she promptly fucking missed. How? Damn, that thing's got fucking infinite range, that healing shit he does. That's so fucking annoying. Of course, then he falls back where I can't hit him. Alright, Kalish. You need to reposition and bandage. Okay, you just ate those bandages. I was not expecting that to be the method by which you interacted with them, but you know what? I'm not a doctor, so I'm sure it's fine. And old man Bill, I need you to push up furthest of all, if you can. Are you crippled? No, you're not. So why don't you show me the grid? Because there's... I'm not allowed to stop on the stairs. That's fucking frustrating.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Let's go.
Alright.
Win this, then come back for me.
Shit. All right. Keep it together.
That's annoying. If I can't kill him in one turn, I think I just lose, though, is the trial.
Yeah.
Well, not to do but try, I suppose. What's this? 1 in 10 chance I hit this fucker
I'll try.
with a critical. Didn't do it that time, but at least we hit him. Alright, let's do it, guy. Yep. As expected, he did that fucking self-heal bullshit again. But it didn't fully heal him. I think it only changes health totals with the target. I think that's what it does. And if so, no, we're moving. We're getting 100%. I will not accept anything less than like direct shot in the mouth at this point. If that's what it does, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's not as bad as it seemed originally. Please don't miss. Are you goddamn serious? Whatever. Alright, Kalish. This is your time to shine, girl. Getting up here and shooting this guy in the face is like the most important thing you can do.
If I must.
There we go.
You want to see me angry? Here I am.
Sick. Oh no, there is a person alive here.
Yes.
I was just expecting them to be dead. Well, that sucked.
Lanaet, I'm glad you're good. I can
Yeah,
assume
right. I'm having a great time. Later, Jack. Thanks for hanging out with us. Sometimes I play this really shit posty. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just me playing things I enjoy. You never know with me. Bandages, probably whiskey. Again, I just can't. I just love that. Well, thanks for lurking, man. I'll catch you later, I suppose. As for, yeah, Paladin. I'm glad you're here with us to see the Wild West XCOM. You know, it's fun. He's killed to death. My ally definitely ate a pack of bandages like a candy, and I got a 10 of hearts, which is a card. Also, if it's some kind of terrifying, I got some kind of horrible idol, I'm just gonna go ahead and pretend it's not there. Alright, well, it'll probably load in a second. It'll be great. There we go. Sick. Alright. So there's not a lot of voice acting in this game. That is one thing. So, you know, I'm going to give it time so you guys can read if you want. And if you don't want, then you don't have to. I like how Bill's it's just like Bill's staring at her being weird. And I'm like, really? The living corpse is being weird? Unfucking believable.
I'm sorry for this deception. I needed help. And help is not something you get easily in the Hard West. So I lied. Luckily for you, my people's wisdom might prove useful in your hunt for the demon.
Of course, forgive an ally who helped basically carried that fight, or charge her $30 for lying to me. Oh, what a question. You know, realistically, the $30 is sick, but I am just gonna be like, that's cool. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Let's hope that comes up later, because she's in my party, and I figure being friends with party members is worth more than whatever $30 will do for me in the short term. I said probably wrong. That's life, though. Alright, and so, like, this is the overworld for this game. Like, the first game was kind of just sort of a rough sketched map, and you clicked on locations, and then you had interaction sort of Frostpunk style, where you just kind of read through the interaction. This is interesting because you're kind of just directly interacting with the map at large. Also, I got a card. Do we have anybody playing tens? No, we're tens. Max HP +2. Well, I'm trying to keep them playing set hands. Who's got jacks right now? Me? Okay, I do. So let's see, Jen, you can have this one too. Naturally, you get bonuses for making actual like hands in poker, because the game had this premise of the whole reason we're here, the whole reason we're out here dealing with this bullshit is Jen. So the story so far is, we busted onto a train carrying government gold, with the intention of robbing it. Turns out it's driven by the actual literal devil, and his punishment for our avarice was sending us to a winter hell version of Oregon. So, or New Mexico. I'm gonna be real with you. They said New Mexico at one point. They also said Oregon at another point. I actually don't. I don't know which it's supposed to be. And you're like, there's snow on the ground. Yeah, listen, that doesn't mean anything. Follow up on that statement though, in conifers, and I'll be like, listen, I don't think the people who made this game have been to either place. But anyway, so as I was saying, yeah. So when we boarded the devil's train, he made us a deal that he'd give us the train if we won a hand of cards with him. But would you believe? And if we lost, we gave him our soul. Standard stuff, right? Would you believe the devil cheated though? And we lost our soul, and they kept the train, and then threw us into Hell West, and now we're trying to find him to take revenge. That's it. That's the entire story up to this point. I know about as much as you do now. Oh, a native warrior. Cool. Shadow dancers. I'm already done Haunted Woman. Ha!
You see them only as monsters, Claylish. We already destroyed them. Helping him bury his...
Alright, well. Killing him makes Claylish like me, but killing a grieving father to steal his tobacco feels like a real dickhead move. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Yeah, we just shot him, but but you gotta be gracious in victory, right? So like,
That was the only choice, and you know it.
right. So that's fine. I don't know like what the loyalty system's gonna amount to. I don't know if I should be focusing. I should be focusing certain characters' loyalty or not. I may be fucking myself by doing it the way I'm doing it, but I'm not super worried about it. I do need to go. Get like heals. Go heal up my units after that shit show I just came out of, if it's possible. I know sometimes there was a doctor in the previous area, but you know, we've left the previous area, so I guess I'm gonna make do. That's right, I can't go through that shit. God damn it. Alright, it's fine. I'll just go to the trading post and make it work. Trade. I have a trinket. Oh, it's hideous, but I can give it a. But it does have some benefits. Yeah, pretty much everything you have sucks, asshole. I'll buy the bandages though, because you can always eat those in a pinch. Dynamite's kind of cool. All right, cool. That'll do.
See anything in the snow?
Let's see. Inventory. Let's see. You get one of these guys, one of these guys. A tobacco pouch. That's pretty fucking good. Where's Bill's old ass? He's like slow as shit. Where is he? Bill. Old man Bill. Here you go. You need to go faster. You're slower than hell. Bop bop. You've got a trinket. I don't. I want to get this ugly statue. Hell yeah. Ugly statue complete. Blue dynamite. I don't want to bring that to battle yet. Alright. I'm bad for doing that. I'm bad for saving. Here we go. We'll camp real quick. I need to take a rest. Cool. So that should be full. We should be pretty fully healed. I'll talk with these guys later. That's just like learning their backstories and stuff. Which, you know, I'll do at some point. It'll be fine. Yeah, pistol, I do have a flesh if I want. I'm mostly just trying to, like, balance the stats until I have more cards. It's not like spirit to outfit deer. That's a good question. That's a hell of a good question. Does deer have things? Yeah, deer's got things. Yeah, deer's got shit. He's a really good dude, as far as his combat abilities go, but he's not really optimized for the way I play the game, so I kind of just put him on the side for the moment. And it's not like spirit kaboom's here. We'll throw it in shit for now. Fuck it. Its gimmick is that it just has like some type of like burning compound in it, and it incinerates the adversary slowly over time. So DOT is its gimmick. Let's enter this village. Lynette lets her into her village. Alright, sick. Bill had arthritis before he died. That's sad. Now you're good, Pistol. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, Wrath. I wasn't gonna call it out, but I was just like, when I met her, like, it was like, my party had deer and all the others in it, and then I met Claylish, and it was like it's the fucking Squidward meme immediately, just, oh no, she's hot. Like, nothing good came of that. So now she's here taking bullets for us, which Probably not the way that it should be, but, you know, we'll make it work. I like it shows her art with a bow and arrow, and she does not currently, she didn't come with one, she came with a rifle. So, I do begin to wonder if, A, bows are in the game at all, you know, or if that's just like an actual, just an artistic choice to give her that because she's a native, or alternatively, if it's something we'll get later and it's actually statistically better. We'll find out. Let's see. Let's talk to the natives. There's a medicine man here. Where actually I could have saved the provisions. Oh well. Armed men stole goods and ran towards the trading post. Oh shit! So he can help the natives, and so Zeke. This is a complication, right? So the reason the Zeke's thing comes up is because Zeke's trading post is where all the refugees of the sudden winter, like this nightmare winter that's just taken on this region of the Earth. This is June. It's June out here, for the record, and people were dying. Like this is something they were prepared for. This shit is like the year with no summer. Which, by the way, if you guys have never read up on like the year without a summer, that shit's fucking wild. There was this one year in human history where due to a volcanic eruption, there was no sunlight throughout summer, and it was like freezing. Like there was like inclement weather and shit all summer long. People starved, had to eat horses. The murders and fucking general human insanity spiked for like an entire year. It was some nightmarish shit, and the fact our forebears survived it is a miracle. Just because like it was a time of rampant lack and what do you call it? And like superstition. So anyway, so like this shit's going on right here. We're living it. We're living the year without a summer right now. And yeah, so people are dying. So Zeke's trading post is where the refugees of the year without a summer are taking place. And these people, these honest folk here, have had their shit stolen to feed starving refugees. And so our option here is to pick a side. And I gotta tell you, I ain't real sure how I want them cards to fall, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that Zeke ain't never done nothing for me. And so far, the natives have offered me both medicine and fine honey with a long rifle. So I'm gonna take them and just say we're gonna take their friendship. And we're going to move on and talk with Lalinette. Yeah, that's it, Night Owl. If it was because of a volcanic eruption, it was a whole thing. But yeah, so let's see what we get. Alright. So, oh yeah, the ghost train. Also, the train has centipede legs. It didn't when we boarded it, but it did when we got thrown off of it. It's the whole thing. So ghost train or shadow dance. Hey TK, thanks for checking in. Well, severe droughts and fucking a lack of understanding of crop rotation and the soil quality of the entire region. There's a lot of things that played into that. Being super reductive of it's not gonna help. But yeah, point being that it was a multifaceted issue that was probably just one more slap in the face of a burgeoning civilization at that time. Anyway, moving on. What's up with this ghost train business? Y'all, well, Shadow Dance first. Fuck it. What's up with these Shadow Dance? Oh, so the Shadow Dance was using magic to make the year without a summer happen. Alright, well, that's fine. Fuck it. It's normal. Completely insane. I'm just gonna keep calling it that because it's snow. June snow is a lot of words. Not that my words are less than, but it's a lot more fun to say, admittedly. Cool.
I know their leader, Makar. I met him once. A sour man. Ready to burn and hurt everything and everyone for his revenge. My people treat him the way he
That's what I mean when there's just spontaneously voice
as a
acting.
traitor of everything we believe in.
Yeah, it's Angry Pumpkin. That's what I was gonna say. Aw, Pistol, I'm glad you like her. Yeah, she's the newest addition to my home. When my significant other moved in, she brought Angel Cat with her. And Angel does not get along with the other cats at all. There is no type of acclamation for her. She has decided that she will defend this bedroom with her life. It is her domain, and she's ceded the rest of the house to the other two. But this is her place, and when I'm in here streaming and spending time, she is with me. Even as we speak, she has been batting my leg for attention, which I have easily given. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, sun. Yep. That covers it. Anyway, so we're talking about a ghost train. Ah, yes, of course. That's actually not a complaint. That's just true.
Uktena was a great snake as large around as many tree trunks, with horns on its head and a bright blazing crest like a diamond on its forehead, with scales glowing like sparks of fire. You tell me if this legend reminds you of something?
My people also have a legend about the horned snake. In our stories, he could take on the form of a man to seduce people and twist their minds.
Spontaneously, there was 2 paragraphs, and then there was no more. I don't know why that gets me like it does, but it sure fucking does. Anyway, moving on. Now, let's see. Escape from the great beyond. Cool.
Me? Are you kidding me? You're saying that there's some kind of, I don't know, a Hellgate station and that I can find it?
Right. Bearing some train waste. Great. This whole thing is getting more and more ridiculous with each passing day.
Well, alright. So we found out that this, I guess to sum it up, for those who didn't bother reading, I don't know why you would, there's... Okay, cool. There's, you know, there's the ghost train situation with which the devil does command. And, we now have the means, but we now can track it by means of, a friendly, the witch in our party can help us locate it.
I think I can see something.
I've hunted whales with my father. I think I can
Alright, cool. We start combat. Let's do it. Let's go get the supplies back for those folks that got raided on account of the refugees. Oh yeah, it did, Wrath. You can check the cute pet posting if you want to see her. Would I, Angry Pumpkin? Yeah, I'm not very far in it. I am unironically, I'm probably 5 hours in now. What time is it? Yeah, about 5 hours in. And I'll say that in my 5 hours with this game that I have so far, this is a great game. I'm having an absolute blast with it. I love the setting and the premise, and I think I guess it's not groundbreaking stuff. Deal with the Devil Gonna Rise, the story is old as time, but I genuinely love what it does right. It does so right, and the atmosphere is perfect. So I like it so far. There are some minor issues. I won't. They're nothing like world ending. They're not gonna like diminish your enjoyment. But there it is. This game has some issues with like input, like so. As you saw earlier, you go to activate an ability, and sometimes you click through it, and it causes you to activate before you're ready. Or if you try to click one space when you move to a space near it. It can be very frustrating, and sometimes it can affect the mission negatively, which is not the best. But that is my only complaint so far, and even then, that's small things that. I don't terribly think will diminish your enjoyment of it, because the game itself is not very expensive. It's like $15, $20. I think that you can overlook some of the little cracks in the wall, as it were, to take in the structure as a whole. It's pretty good. Hard West 1 was really, really good. It's very different from this. The gunplay is very similar, but graphically it's completely different. It's a little older. And the way that you interact with the overworld is completely different. Huh. Alright. Also, there were no horse scenes. This is new. This is absolutely brand fucking new. I don't know if I like this yet or not. But the first game is great, and the story's awesome. So the first one actually isn't an overarching story. That's different too. So this one second, I gotta chip this man. So this one has an overarching story with a cast of characters that grows as you go on. The first game, and it's DLC, by the way, there is a DLC for it, and it all goes on sale for like $1.50 all the time on Steam. So if you want it right now, you gotta have it right now and grab it. It's absolutely worth full price. I can't stress enough, it's absolutely worth full price. But it goes on sale constantly, so if you wait, you're not gonna waste your time. You get it for like $3. It's really good. $2 or $3, sure enough. But anyway, and that's with the DLC. But yeah, no, it's completely different. So it's an anthology of short stories with with reoccurring characters. And it kind of plays like Frostpunk in that you have your central narrative, and then on the overworld, you have like a time limit for most of these short stories. Not all of them, but most of them. And you can interact with like things around the map, but it takes time, and so you can have you kind of get like a replayability out of it, or if you optimize your time right, you can see it all at once. I've done them all at once usually, because it's very forgiving. Excuse me. It's very forgiving about it, but I will say that that it has that going for it is that it's like a lot of short stories. You don't really feel like you're stuck in one narrative. Like it's not like the Hell Train thing. It's like, okay, there's a lot to take a look at. For example, the first story is about a young man whose father made a deal with death himself, with a being he doesn't fully understand, to get vengeance for his deceased wife, and becomes his avatar in a way, and the son must now pay for the sins of the father. And it's like an 8 or 10 mission thing with like some little side stories you can get involved in to get more enriched in the Weird West atmosphere, and it's very worth it. It's very cool. But then the next story is about a mad scientist looking to advance the work of Tesla, but in like a Frankenstein way, and he attracts the attention of interdimensional Pinkertons. Like, it's some wacky shit, and there's so much. There's a doomsday clock. It's a whole thing. Like I was saying, it's really rich and interesting, and it's these short stories, and it's kind of an anthology, and this game took a very different direction. So I will say that I recommend it wholeheartedly. I would not be playing the second game right now. Not just because someone didn't give it to me, but I would have bought it myself had it not been given me. And I will say that it is, without a shadow of a doubt, worth your full attention. Should you choose to give it. Where is Claylish in this fucking night? Okay, so she's online to run into something. So she needs to not do that. Can she shoot from where she is? Not enough AP. Let's switch him up. So this is an interesting. Like design decision for a mission though. This is kind of like a running battle on horses. It's very interesting. What is this? Shadow Barrage. You can't use that on a horse, but I can use buck. Oh, well. So I can use buckshot, and then I can't. So we're gonna just use this entire turn to maneuver in a way that lets us do better later. He's out of range. Okay, let's move up, and we'll just position Jin for a later interaction. And keep your head down. All right. Let's see. She can start closing the distance there.
I got this one.
I'm still here.
There was also some mechanics in the first game that were different, and I won't say better. They were just different. They were, in my opinion, more cumbersome than a lot of the mechanics in this game are. But that's far from a complaint, in my personal opinion. Alright, 10, 10, 5. This guy on the right I can actually kill if I get him close enough.
Easy. Show some true grit.
Pop it. There we go. So we're going to double down on these next two turns, but it's worth it. There we go. Sick. And enter. But yeah, so that's. I hope that was a concise description for you. I apologize if I over talked. Oh yeah, it definitely has that kind of tabletop thing. I really like it. When mounted, the character can't use his skills, but it can. Well, the speed bonus doesn't help very much, in my opinion. Game, if it's just, you know, obviously there's going to be a speed bonus. You're on a horse. What a silly thing to say. Let's see. I think. Oh. Okay. Yes. I just gotta move before I shoot. That's all. No, I mean I don't really have to move before I shoot, but I sure would like to. Nah, fuck it. No, I should move. But I don't know where I can move to. The game's not. Oh, so I can't break this line. Huh. Well, that's neat. That's well, it needs the right word exactly, but it's interesting. Shit. Well, there goes that. Oh well. That's the way she goes. Let's see if I can't use the others to achieve something. Where's G?
This is supposed to be the hard west, not the dead lands.
Am I actually unable to put the heat to both of these guys? There we go. Sick. If I don't get all of them in 2 turns, it'll be okay. In 2 rounds, that'll just have to be alright, I suppose.
Sorry, I forgot my broom.
Camp him.
Got him.
We'll come back to her. Let's get Claylish. Where's Claylish? There she is. Let's get her ass out here. There we go. Then we just gotta move in. If we can. I don't like that we can't really deviate that much. That's the one thing I don't like about what I got going on right now, is that you can't deviate a whole lot to the left or right. Alright. Son of a bitch. We almost had it. That's okay. We'll get him in 3. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. That's alright. You ain't getting away, though.
Bitter? Me? I'm fucking loving it.
There you go. Yeah, 3 ain't bad. I could have got a harmonica, but I suppose I'll live with that one. Do I play tabletop? Oh, sorry, I was paying attention to the game. I apologize, everybody. Let's see what I got. Yeah. Oh, so Buffer Reynolds? Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely do. I play a ton of tabletop games, actually. I appreciate you asking. Primarily, I play Bolt Action. Bolt Action is my favorite tabletop war game. But as far as, like, RPGs, I play, I don't like 5th Ed very much, but I play a fair amount of Pathfinder. I like some... I do play Age of Sigmar some. A lot of, like, the smaller GW games. I'm not big on 40k right now. 9th Ed doesn't suit me super well, but that's neither here nor there. I've played some Star Wars Legion over the last little bit, like the last year or two. That's been kind of fun, but not very... but it's been kind of a mixed review of late. Really, as far as tabletop games go, it's like Bolt Action and... Actually, Bolt Action and Age of Sigmar are kind of the two main interests in that regard. I've been branching out a little bit lately. Like I said, RPG wise, it's that. We just started playing, it's not really an RPG, it's kind of on rails. We just started playing through Gloomhaven, like my friend group and I did, and that's been a lot of fun too. Which I know, again, it's not really like a total RPG system, but it's a lot of fun all the same. Yeah. Oh, the wall. It's going good for me. I hope you're doing all right. Hello, Dual Wielder. Glad you're here. Yeah, Infinity's one that I've actually been painting lately, but not played a game of. I legitimately just wanted to paint I wanted to paint the Puppet Tactica for the Nomads because I think those things are a hideous abomination before God and man. But well, not as much as like the Pupniks are with the Commandos, whose name I can't remember. But really, the only designs I liked were the Nomad stuff. So I really got into painting them lately. So like I've had that going on. You know, there's been a lot going on. But yeah, Bolt Action is my... But like I said, that being said, they've got backburner because I put like 2 Bolt Action armies like on a whim recently. That was a choice that I made, and now I've finished painting my Americans for the most part, but I still have like an entire North African... like the entire Africa Corps situation I need to actually throw paint. I've built them all. I just have to paint them. And to answer your question, the Framinator, I play all of them in time. I play all of them. Are they cheaper? I mean, yeah, they usually require like 10 models. You know, and they require like 10 models. It's the only reason I enjoy them as much as I do. That and like Warcry is great. Necromunda reminds me of Mordheim, so it's fun. I've been playing. I'm a fucking old nerd. I've been playing GW games since like 6th Ed, so I've played a lot of their shit over the years. And I gotta say that I like Mordheim alright. So like this Necromunda is pretty close to that. As close as you can get in the modern age. And Warcry is just fun. It takes like 20 minutes to play, and it's not like a huge investment, so I don't feel super bad when they jerk shit around. I do like it because it also requires me. It can let me use models I already owned for like Age of Sigmar. So, that's kind of the point on it. But all right, well, we've achieved what we set out to achieve here. Let's go back and give those natives their stuff back. But yeah, anyway, so I play all of them. My primary faction in Bolt Action is the Italians. I have a Bersaglieri project that I just continually add to a little bit at a time. I like their defensive doctrine. I think it's cool. Return the goods. Leave. Thanks for the money. Anyway, so that about covers that, I suppose. I've played, and this is a little better than mobile games. A little, it'd be nice. But yeah, the Framinator. I'm a huge fan of bolt action. Yes, Wrath. It is a World War II 28 millimeter. It's a 28 millimeter tabletop. 156 scale tabletop for World War II, and they have a fascinating number of factions that you can play in it. They must be near every fucking faction that was even tangentially involved in the war by now. And it's a lot cheaper to get into than, say, like, Warhammer. I'm a nerd out on this for a few minutes, so y'all just gonna have to live with that. Its price point's a big selling point because it takes like $100 to play the fucking game. You can get like a playable army, like a for real playable army for like $100. And it's not very competitive. It's not a game balanced for competition. It's not a game for competition. It's very narrative. It's very driven off of creating the feel of some of the battles of the Second World War. And they do a very good... I didn't even think about crossing the fucking ice. Anyway, can I? No? Then how do I get over here? Why is my objective over here? Anyway, so, as I was saying, though, yeah, it is a game that I have a lot of fun with. It is probably my favorite. And the rules for it are, if you're actually interested in reading them for yourself, they're like $16 on Kindle. But they're very similar to 6Ed 40K. They're developed by some folks who left Games Workshop and some other really talented people in the tabletop gaming community, and whose names I am drawing a fucking blank on right now. But I recommend that game immensely if you're like, you know what, I've had it with this expensive-ass bullshit and GW fucking with you and your books, because you give them $60 for books and they just, they don't matter in 6 weeks. But you still want to throw dice. You still want to throw shooting dice. You're not here for fantasy dice. I encourage you wholeheartedly to give Bolt Action a try. You're like, I don't know about this historical shit. No, it feels good. It is a good feeling tabletop game. The rules make up for any misgivings you have about like a historical setting, and I think that you and your tabletop group will have a great fucking time with it. I cannot stress enough how much I love that game. I am passionate about fucking Bolt Action. Yeah. Oh. Okay, great. Yeah, do finish wood carving. Don't carve and criticize. Don't carve and criticize what I'm doing here. I'm doing my very best. Bewilder. Everything could be on fire, and thankfully it's not. Yes. Also, Night Owl. It is the guys that jog everywhere. Yeah, and the initiative system is really cool. It is cool that it's a asymmetric initiative system, and sometimes that's extremely punishing, sometimes that's extremely rewarding, and sometimes it's goddamn wacky. So I love that. I love that too. So yeah, definitely give it a look. It's really cool. You can only single wheel? God damn it, Rat, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, Chambers and Priestley, I believe. Priestley for sure. I bet it is Andy Chambers. I would not be surprised. If you're just telling me that, I don't remember if it is. But Priestley, yes, 100%. I have. Like I said. Anyway, let's move on here. We approach the building. Sorry, you guys get me on my fucking Bolt Action soapbox. I'll talk the last 30 minutes we've got. I'll spend talking about Bolt Action. Fuck, I love that game. I have been thinking about it, Framinator. It's a great starter for 2 players. It's probably the most balanced one that they've come out with. I always feel bad. I want to introduce people to the game, and they say, well, is there a starter box that has the rule set in it? I said there is. And they said, is it for 2 people? I said it is. And they said, and they're like, do you recommend it? And I'm like, kinda. Because, Band of Brothers was something. Then you've got, the one, the Pacific Theater. And it's I can't remember its name. But it's something also. Band of Brothers is not the best. The sprues don't really work for anything besides, in my opinion. very effectively. You do a little conversion to make them work right, and then the one in Pacific Theater works, but it's like it's asymmetric as shit. So this one I'm actually very excited about as far as introducing this game to like to my local game store and to people in general, because it's a great 2-player starter as far as like what's actually in it, in terms of its rules, I guess would be the word to put it. Anyway, let's see here. Let's find Lazarus. Goddamn, you must be Lazarus.
So, interested in the ghost train, are you? We should definitely compare our notes. As for my name, I have many. For now, Lazarus.
But yeah, oh, now the Japanese are... Yeah, I kind of agree with that too, Framinator. I love templates, Rob Dave. I fucking love templates. I like templates. I like scatter. I like all the things that like a lot of war games moved away from. I love them. I love them so much, and I accept that a lot of people hated them and are like, "What the fuck? Why did Warlord Games go to this?" And I tell you, because they know what the fuck fun looks like. And again, also because it's not a competitive thing, I think you can get like play with them a little bit. You have to accept it's not competitive as fuck. There are competitive circuits for it. I encourage you to not use it for that, but it's your fucking life. If you're a competitive person, you can chase whatever you want to chase. I'm just saying, when you face hordes of fearless bamboo spears or like fucking stewards and MG spam, and you're like, what the fuck, this is an unbalanced nightmare game. Yes, because again, it's meant for like, it's a beer and chips game. It is a very like table, like a kitchen table experience. I can't express that I think it's best experienced that way. So just, that, and you should kind of take like a friendly view on it. Don't go in there and be like, I think that people are worried when they see templates because they're like, oh, that's an argument waiting to happen. It's like, yeah, if you're a fucking dickhead, just don't be an asshole to your friends who spend their time, their precious mortal coil, playing a tabletop game with you in a friendly homebrew setting. Maybe don't be a dickhead, huh? I know it's hard, but I'm asking you politely to not do that. Let's see here. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a great start. And yeah, Wrath, if I had to recommend one to you, like I said, I'll talk Vault Action all day. I'll preach that shit. But like I said, that's life for you. The Japanese can be a little gross, but then so can every army. Every army has something it can do that's gross. They just do it the most efficiently for their points cost, which is why I'm like, if you're gonna if you're gonna be the guy that runs the Japanese and your play group, I'm gonna say, hey man, maybe be polite. I'm not that guy. I'm always going to advocate politeness. Because people who were punished for playing the game they love quit playing the game, and then you find yourself alone with a closet full of 300 plastic Japanese soldiers and no one to play with. So, like I said, it's just, I can't but encourage. It is making the suboptimal choice in order to optimize the enjoyment of a group of friends that keeps groups alive. Competitive gaming groups are great, but there's a reason you travel to compete, in my experience. It's because nobody wants that shit at home. Eventually, you find yourself just in the same fights and in the same attitude, in the same headspace, and you forget why you fell in love with the game in the first place. That was me with 40K a lot, too. I think that I got into, when I was like the traveling... I was on that traveling, playing 40K thing, and by the end of my time with it, I was just like, I don't know why I started doing this. I started traveling to play the game before COVID. During COVID, there wasn't any. When I came back to the game after COVID, I was excited to, like, touch the dice again, and then I got back out there and was like, you know what, I don't remember why I loved this. And I never felt that way with Bolt Action, and I think that's largely because I never invested myself in, like, the win-loss ratio. I only cared about the pleasure of the experience. And so, that may not be for everyone. That may be exclusively, that may be exclusive to my experience. But I will say that I will always encourage you to take care of your gaming group, and they will take care of you. And you do that by sometimes remembering it's supposed to be fucking fun. For other people, too, by the way. Not just for you when you stomp their dick hole in. Just a thought. Yeah, exactly, Wrath. You don't shit where you sleep. Yeah, you can do it, Angry Pumpkin. You can get in there and actually have... you don't have, like, you don't have a, you don't have to do it, be rude and do the thing, but it is. Oh, sorry, Rob, I didn't mean to miss it. War of Hordes is a game that I tried to enjoy, and I wasn't as able to access it and have as much fun with it off the cuff as like I have some of the other games over the years. I think the community that I tried to play it with is the big thing, and then the local community for it. The community I had at the time when I first gave it a shot was Poison, and that was for every game, not just War of Hordes. And then there's no community for it anywhere else I've lived over the years. And so I've just not given it as much of an opportunity to take hold in my life as I have some of the other war games, honestly. So I won't talk about it in any meaningful way. I'll say that about it. Anyway, a stretch. Thank you, Sassy. I appreciate it. No, poisoned, like and actively. I mean, like they were a poison, a venomous plague group. They had a way of doing things that was particularly punishing to someone trying to learn a hobby, or to instead of explaining why you're losing, they just stomp your asshole, and then they're like, "All right, I'll see you later." And that was for every hobby. I luckily knew most of my tabletop games before I met them, but then. They all played that, and you try to mesh with your LGS and kind of get in on what they do because because you care about your community. But boy, howdy, did they not make that possible where War of Hordes was concerned. And I don't know if that's just a nature of the game or if that was just them. I want to say it was just them. I can't imagine that's the nature of the game everywhere. Yeah, exactly, Rob. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you show up, you bring some models, you're like, okay, I brought these trenchers. That's what I played, by the way, back when I tried to play War of Hordes. I was like, I brought these trenchers, alright, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna do the thing. And then they're like, okay, cool. And it's like turn 2, and they're like, you've lost. And I'm like, okay, great, but like, I don't fully understand this game. And they're like, yeah, it's too damn bad, isn't it? And I'm like, alright, well, I guess I'll go home. And so I did. And I stuck to things that I understood. So, and that's just the way that went. I'm not super worried about it. Of course, that was years ago, and I haven't interacted with the game in any meaningful way since. It's by and large been absent from every other community I've been a part of in the 7 or so years since then. So, I'm sure it was, Rob Dev, but I'm sure it was. Yeah, Angry Pumpkin, it's mixed all the way around. It's the way she goes. I'm not super worried about it. And a water break? I'm sorry, Nubbles, I missed that. Let me grab a quick sip. There we go. Yeah. And as to your earlier statement, I don't think it's as plug and play as I say it is. I think as far as if you're talking about larger scale war games, I think Bolt Action's about as plug and play as you're going to get. The standardized weapon profiles and only minimal keywords do make it understandable at the smallest scale. If you keep to a reasonably sized starting course to grasp the concepts of the game, the fact that they share profiles, there's no my bolt gun is strength 5 with AP 2, its range and profiles change with distance. Also, this unit has an aura that does this. There's none of that shit. You don't have to compare that. Then the tier it does. No, there's none of that shit. Its rifle is 24-inch range, one shot. At half range, you don't get a -1 to hit. It's very understandable, in my opinion, comparatively. Where, and I know that's an oversimplification, probably, but in my opinion, it's something that would be much easier to grasp to a layman than, the gotcha of trying to play some of your other war games, where it's like Infinity's the worst for gotchas. Holy shit! I like the models. I actually like the game. I think N1's a great system for what it is. It's XCOM on tabletop. It's neat, but that being said, it's the gotcha. It is gotcha moments out the fucking ass with that game. It's like it's almost playground rules sometimes. Yes, well, my unit's invisible, so you can't see it. And I'm like, well, my unit can smell invisible enemies, so they can shoot at it. And they're like, yes, but my unit doesn't have a smell. Like, it's the stupidest fucking thing sometimes, I swear. I don't know. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've talked for like 20 minutes, but yeah, that was, I mean, not like sorry that I've talked, but sorry that I've not achieved anything on the screen for that long. Oh shit, the gate opened. But anyway, yeah, so that's my opinion on it. That is not indicative of any experience that you may have had, but that's why I think it's something that I feel safe advertising as a game that people might enjoy and be able to pick up quickly. Yeah. Oh, farewell again, Wrath. Yeah, Sassy, I don't understand it either. That's the thing, is you want opponents to be good enough to compete with you. You want close games. You want shit to be like skin of your teeth by the end. If you don't, if you don't, then like A, you punish new people for playing the game and you drive them out of your community, and B, you yourself never grow. And the rules for bolt action aren't super dense, Rob Dave. They're not really dense. They're pretty straightforward usually. Every now, like, the only time they get dense is when you interact with, like, there are concepts that are dense. There are concepts that are dense until you understand them, and then there are concepts that are always dense. A great example of that being, like, okay, artillery is dense pretty much always. I don't know why. It just kind of is. But then, like, close combat with tanks using explosive satchels and anti-tank grenades, it is the densest goddamn thing to understand at first. And only through, like, reading, rereading, and repetition on tabletop does it begin to make sense. It's actually super easy. But boy, does understanding it the first time make you, like, pull your hair out. So I get where you're coming from. But like I said, that's only some rules. As far as the actual gameplay loop of, like, hey, if you played an infantry on infantry combat to learn the game, you shouldn't have that struggle. But naturally, you're going to want to include armor, and you're going to want to sort of use these more important battlefield elements, and as you do, much like with Infinity, where the bigger the scale, the more intense you go with it, the rules layer. Bolt action's no different. The bigger the scale of the conflict and the more set pieces you bring, the more diverse weapon systems you employ against your adversary, the more you have to understand about how they're going to interact with both the terrain and the individuals you're fighting. And that's not really different from anything in life, is it? The more variety you have, the more variables you have to contend with, and the more understanding you have to have. That's not unique to bolt action, in my opinion. Yeah, it can factor, but it doesn't have to. Yeah, exactly, Angry Pumpkin. Simple arty is usually bad arty to use. You find that... Oh, shit. That's kind of cool. They don't make it punishing... What is that? Is that meat? That's just a liver. It's just a buffalo liver. I'm gonna buy this rope. You never know when you need a rope. So anyway, like I was saying... Small talk with old Bergson. Bad shit out here. Raj. Anyway, so like I was saying, era can be a factor in bolt action, but it doesn't really have to be a big factor. A great example is remember I told you that taking care of your gaming group and kind of like being like, hey man, take into consideration that people want to have fun. It's a big deal because it's a more narrative focused game. I meant that. For example, my Belgians, a faction who was out of the war in 18 days, can compete against 1944 Germans. Like, not compete. Compete's the wrong word. Can play against and give a good account of themselves within reason. But I expressed to you that they were never designed to do so for an obvious reason. So you're already fighting an uphill battle with like a mediocre fighting force against a technologically superior enemy. However, the rules are such that the game does allow you to do it, and if you're smart, you can achieve some success, but that does come back to managing your forces and understanding the game mechanics in a way that actually allows you to... Ooh, I gained a pickaxe. Sick. Like I said, and it just kind of requires you to be careful about how you manage your forces and how they interact with like a vastly technologically superior enemy. But the game's balance does allow that as long as your opponent's not a dickhead and that you guys can manage to be friendly. I'm not saying put on kid gloves either, by the way, because some people are like, oh yeah, the friendly, that implies, oh, I need a lantern. That's what I need. I wonder if that guy didn't sell a lantern, did he? Anyway, I'm not saying put on kid gloves and like I'm saying that just understand that that means not spamming units. It means not really going out of your way to punish forces that don't have certain technological capabilities. It means playing reasonable amounts of units and doing so in a way that's both fun but also not historically out of the way.
If I'd wanted to freeze my ass off, I'd have stayed in Chicago.
Like I said, that's again a lot of explanation, I think, but I do stand by that. The game has a lot of potential and it can be so much more than just like the kind of, it can be a lot of things, honestly. I was gonna be more. I mean, what I mean is it doesn't have, it gets like a lot of look over because it's like, man, these rules can be dense, or man, I don't know, historicals and era and shit. You start to get involved with that kind of thing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You can take that at face value, but it still has a lot of potential to be a genuinely friendly game and a game that's easily accessible to people. And as a man who's long invested in tabletops, anything that's easily accessible in terms of rules while simultaneously giving a crazy amount of room to grow in your understanding and your abilities with the game, it's going to get a lot of props from me. Alright, well, I'm not going to rob you, weirdo. Let's see. Uphold the promise. Lazarus loyalty for 75. Or get a sawed-off shotgun. Shotguns are the worst thing in this goddamn game. Just give me the money. Yeah, Team Yankee. I've seen a lot of stuff for it. Like there's a community about 3 hours south of me that plays a fuck lot of Team Yankee. It's neat. Scale's a big deal for me. I have a friend who doesn't understand and continually clowns on me. I don't like that. I hate fighting the Shadow Dance. I have all this whole games. I've got had a bad deal with them. But you know what? Fuck it. Killing them can be done. In fact, it might ought to be. Oh, well, we don't have to go in there yet. I was like, fuck it, let's just try and crush them if we can. But, yeah, there you go. Yeah, Smithwood Academy, that's another thing, is that, like, that isn't really I don't know. The score difference wasn't great, but like the experience might have been positive. I don't know the situation enough to judge any more than that, but I will say that I highly doubt that was based on that score difference. I highly doubt that was because of you, especially if you tried to. Politely is the wrong word. If you tried to non-condescendingly, I know you're playing Thousand Sons. There's a certain air of superiority there. With either being made of dirt or very well book learned, I accept that. But you have to, like, as long as you weren't condescending, I highly suspect that it's probably not your fault. Plus, Tau players, right? There's a stigma that is, I have 9 out of 10 times. I just kind of have to nod and accept that it is what it is, right? Yes, that's a generalization. Yes, that's a stereotype. You can judge me when I'm wrong. 9 times out of 10, I won't be, though. Yeah, tournaments are a fucking beast, and they don't... Again, that's why traveling tournaments, if you're going to play on a competitive level, boy, don't do that where you... Don't do that at home unless that's the only way you can get in. Now, I know some people who do traveling tournaments, and they do so because it's literally the only way they can get games in is they have to drive to do it. But, oh yeah, that's the thing too, Sassy. Tournaments can bring like the worst out of people, and it's almost always like a really... What the fuck is that? Is that a goddamn nail bomb? I'm buying those. Yeah, I'll take a couple of those. But, I need some beans. Well, I do have a reputation to uphold. Oh, you guys. You twist my arm. There we go. So anyway, like I was saying, they have a... they do tend to bring out the worst people. And it's usually not... The prize is usually not worth the emotional and physical drain of them, of the experience either. I don't like it. I don't like the way that it makes me feel about the game after, some time away from it. I really think about it, and I don't like whatever the game is. It's going to be a 40 Kings mini game, and I typically don't like the way that it makes people behave to each other, and yes, that includes me. I'm not some kind of saint above it. I don't like the way it makes me treat other people, and I don't like the way I'm treated at those events typically. So I'm not and that's because I know that I am competitive by nature, and sometimes I can be surprised by how invested I am, and then there's a whole emotional journey with that, and that's the passion that both makes you consistently drive for better, but it can also be a destructive force in your life, and for me at some level it was, and that's why I had to step back from it, and that's why I spend more time with more less mathematically predictable games, because it's hard to be fucking mad at something so comically unbalanced when you do it.
Oh, what I want is a warm bath.
That's part of it, and also because, and I stick to friendlier games with people who I actually like, because usually we're trying not to make this a soul-crushing experience for each other. Time is so limited, right? That's the thing, is at this point I also recognize that I'm at an age and at a point in my life where everyone I know has kids or is starting a family or is in the throes of their career, and if they have the time, if they make the time to hang out with me and spend time playing a tabletop game or turning a card or just generally bullshitting with me, I can't but express how much I appreciate that, and I'm not going to punish them or myself by making it an experience that poisons both our opinion of the game and of each other. It's just not in me. Interesting. I'll have to come back to him.
Let's have a swig of something warm.
Cold War era tech, Abrams, teases them to be sure lookalikes. Yo. Yeah, that's a wild thing you just said to me, and I love that. Grievous. That's fucking cool. Where is... Someone told me about something like that once, using, like, smoothbore guns on mechs. Who was it that was in here talking about that? Fuck. Was it... Someone told me about it. And that's fucking awesome, though. Chaos and joy is the way to live in tabletop games. Almost always, Grievous. I want to say it was, I know Temple was telling me, Temple Orator was telling me about, like, some big-ass fucking, like, not smoothbore guns, but, like essentially bolt-action rifles at mech scale. I can't remember what it was he was doing. And so I've heard a lot of goofy shit, so your thing is equally fun. Cold War era tech in, like, the fringes of space. It's good, which it isn't out of place, like, depending on... I mean, really, it isn't out of place in general. After all, like, you know...
When will we finally camp?
Though those would be considered antique as fuck, like... You know... If you ain't got a paddle, a plank will do. That's what made it out to space. That's what made it out to space. It reminds me very much of, like... It reminds me very much of, like... Was it Planet? Light rifles and heavy rifles. That's it. Only the worst. Thank you, Temple. That's exactly what it was. Let's see. Oh, blast and damnation. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it reminds me of, like, a Lone Star Planet, where, like, it's like an intergalactic society with space warships and, you know, gene enhanced crops and cattle and shit. But then, like, they're also still using 45 pistols and 45 caliber 11mm pistols, and they're, like, herding cows with 37mm anti-tank guns and shit. Like, it's just so I love that. I absolutely adore... I mean, and this is something you see in mostly Karita space. This is something you see in, like, 40K, where it's like, yes, we have intergalactic space communications and travel. Check out this fucking sword I found. Like, I love that. Or I love the concept of, like, I don't like the game of where 40K is at right now as a game, but the lore has always been something that it's been just... They nailed it in a lot of ways. Some ways they didn't, but they nailed it in a lot of ways. A lot of things like feudal worlds, like this idea that in a world of... in this world where, like, intergalactic bullshit is going on, and there are nightmare skeletons using hyperphase blades. There's like some asshole with a musket shooting an orc in the face. Like, I love that shit. And so when you talk about, like, hey, imagine a version of events where like, you know, there's a battle tech story where you are in this era of, like, the Star League era where space travel and warships are still very common, and then you have shit with, like, light rifles and heavy rifles fighting a T-75 over a loaf of bread or something. Like, that's the kind of shit that I get down with. Like, either way, that's something that I'm a huge fan of as far as, like, settings go. I'm gonna do this camp business.
Nothing like the army life, eh, boys?
Apparently the answer is one Lieutenant Drake. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna finish this up because I think I'm gonna check something quick. But after this, I gotta get moving because I reckon they've got to get in here and do some weekending. I can't imagine that's not happening shortly. Well, I don't want to pop up. I want to play my game. There we go. My fucking antivirus is running out apparently in 2 months. Yeah, actually 2 months. What the fuck? Man, they started popping up ads early these days. What the fuck? I still got 60 days. Calm the fuck down. Anyway, they lost horses in the blizzards and they want some meat. Yeah, I'll go see a rancher. Take it easy. Alright. Standard pile of generic bullshit. Alright, cool. Not a complaint. I'm just starting to see a lot of the same items. And that was one thing that the other game did, was that every shopkeep had some wacky shit you can't imagine, like, at each level. Wait, hold on. You didn't have, like, a tonic or anything. I think you didn't. I'm pretty sure. Quartermaster. Trade. Yeah, nothing up here. Okay. Well, that's cool. It's like a machete. That might be good for that dude in my party. Deer. Alright, well, that's where I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in this so I can get out of the way for the weekending stream. But, there we go. I want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out and just talking war games with me and just hanging out. I'm going to try and, just in general, I'm going to try and be back on off and on during the week. There's a lot of scheduled, as we go back into the like later year, a lot of folks' work's picking up. I've actually heard a fair amount of people in the Legion, like my dear co-host Mecca, are educators by trade. And, as we go into, late into August and stuff, there's going to be a little bit more scheduled room open up. And I'm going to try and be on a little later in the evening sometimes, if I can. If I can't, then I can't. That'll be during the day. Because I know that during the day, a lot of you guys are working and you miss me and stuff. And I hate that, because I like hanging out with you guys and just talking about stuff I care about. Anyway, I ramble on. My point is, I want to say thanks for hanging out, and I hope to see you guys again soon. As the schedule opens up, I have the opportunity to do more ad hoc streams, so I'll try and hop in and out with more regularity and just put some stuff on the screen and just talk to you guys where possible. And if not, you can just we can just do some gaming and hanging out, and it'll be good. So, as always, I'm glad I got to spend time with y'all. It's nothing but love from me. I am absolutely appreciative of you guys spending your limited time on this planet with me it goes completely voluntarily, and it's nothing but love from me, guys. So I'm grateful for you. I'm glad we got to do this, and I'm glad you guys let me talk about something I'm very passionate about. I weren't like, what the fuck, shut up about goddamn bolt action. So alright guys, have a good night.